Hey everybody, it is Christian Eschbach, album review, Rush, Fly By Night. I'm just going to get straight into this one, alright. This album, no matter what, is always going to hold an extremely, extremely special place in my heart. And the reason it is always, always, always going to hold a very special place in my heart is due to the fact that it was one of the albums my dad used to play in the car all the time. You know, my dad didn't have a huge assortment of albums in the car, but we did have some, and Rush was definitely a major one, and Fly By Night specifically was a huge one. And there's a few other things in here as well that also have some connections for me. But let me get going here. So the album opens off with Anthem. Anthem is this great song that really just kind of gets the album going on the right mood. You know, it really kind of kicks it off, really has it flowing, really kind of gets into it, and just sets the mood for the high energy of this album. From there, we go into Best I Can. Best I Can is one of those songs that I do enjoy it when the album is playing, but it's not a song that I would listen to on its own. Anthem, definitely listen to on its own, man. Crank that baby up. Best I Can, not so much. And then we go into Beneath, Between, Behind. Same thing, you know. I don't mind the songs. I do enjoy them, you know, but they're just kind of basically, to me, place fillers between Anthem and then what would be the last song on side one. And that is By Tor in the Snow Dog. Alright, this is the very first song that I ever listened to that would be classified as a epic kind of song, or a traditional prog exploration kind of song. And I loved it right from the time I was a kid. By Tor and the Snow Dog, square off the battle. And then when you listen to music, you can hear the battle, you can hear the fight, you're going on. And just the way the music takes you and everything's going on. I mean, I'm a drummer, first and foremost, bassist second. Neil Peart, Geddy Lee, man. But the part I love about this album so much more is how much Alex Lifeson is really prominent on this album. Because this is before they get crazy with the synths. This is before they get into, you know, three guys playing 20 instruments simultaneously. You know, this is back when it was still kind of like three guys playing three instruments. A little bit extra in there. But Alex Lifeson always gets the crap end of the stick when it comes to this band. Only because you got Neil Peart, the god of drums. You got Geddy Lee, which is revered as one of the greatest bassists of all time. And will be on most... Anybody who knows bass will have Geddy Lee usually in their top three. And then you got Alex Lifeson, who just is this amazing guitarist, but amazing guitarist in the 70s seemed to be like a dime a dozen. Like, I mean, every band had an amazing guitarist, it feels like, in the 70s, you know? You had Alex Lifeson, you had Tony Iommi, you had Jimmy Page, you had Richie Blackmore. I mean, when you look at the list of hard rock or metal guitarists out of the 70s, they were all amazing and mind-blowing, and they were setting precedents for everything. Alex Lifeson wasn't a riff guitarist, you know, he's not there like all the other guys, you know, like, you're not going to see Alex Lifeson, you know, doing a song like Paranoid, that that's not Alex Lifeson's style. His is to be part of a trio. And his part in the trio always gets so badly overlooked. And it's songs like By Tor and the Snow Dog that really bring home what a guitarist he really was. Especially when you get into the battle and the chase and everything like that. Like, it's amazing the work that he's doing on there. All right. Now we flip over to the second side. I catch a lot of flack. One, for how much I love this album. Two, for how much I love this album's title track. A lot of people like to make fun of Fly By Night, and I've never quite understood why. Because Fly By Night is this great song. It really is. The music on, I mean, like I was just talking about Alex Lifeson not doing any real, wah, 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 like, come on, man. This dude could rock it if he wanted to. And just, say that, no, he doesn't do it. Yeah, he does. He does great riffs. Okay, so. The Fly By Night, man, I wish I could sing at the height that Getty does. Because, I would love to do karaoke for Rush, especially Fly By Night. And Fly By Night's a great song, but I can't, no. And the second I even try and do it and bring the range down to where I can hit it, I screw the whole thing up. And oddly, it's like one of the only Rush songs I've ever tried to replicate on drums outside of Working Man. I have a huge rule about not ever trying to cover Neil Peart. I'm not Neil Peart. I don't ever want to be compared to Neil Peart. No. And if you're one of my regular viewers, you've seen the drum set. Neil Peart is not a person I ever want to be compared to because Neil Peart is fucking amazing, okay? Like, he is the man. It will be a very long time before there is ever a drummer like him again. Him and Terry Bozzio, okay? Like, wow. They don't make drummers like them. But Fly By Night has more of a vibe, kind of more in the style of drummers I do like to play like. I like to play more John Bonham, Keith Moon, where I'm playing more vibe, less... I don't like to use Keith Moon so much, but John Bonham more, where I play a lot more vibe than I play technical, Then you get to Making Memories, which kind of a boring song for Rush. I'll be honest. It is. It's kind of a boring song for Rush. Rivendell is pretty. It's a pretty song. I like Rivendell. It's very pretty. Obviously, Lord of the Rings references. Man, Lord of the Rings had a huge thing in the 70s. That revival it had in the 70s was huge with all those bands that were breaking it out and how inspirational it was. And then the album finishes with In the End. It's alright. Is this one of Rush's better albums? No. They definitely got so many other albums that are definitely way better than this album. But the fact that Anthem, By Tori and the Snow Dog, and Fly By Night are all still regular live songs to this day. Well, not to this day since they don't tour anymore, and that's it. God bless Neil Peart. But considering those three alone are these huge, monstrous Rush classics, everything else in between is going to be honestly filler to a degree. It really is. I hate to say it. But I would recommend this album. If you're looking for Rush and you really want to experience early Rush, I would recommend start here. I mean, 2112 really is what you really want. But start here. And the reason why I say to start here is you get a little of everything. Like, not every Rush song is going to be a great Rush song on any album, okay? Let's be very clear. There's a lot of Rush albums where there's got to be at least 2 or 3 songs where I'm going to go... And more than anything, I think it's just... This album was when Rush was still in the process of finding themselves. They were still a rock band, but they were still a prog band at the same time, and they were still trying to kind of do both. And they hadn't quite found that wonderful balance yet. I mean, even by 2112, which is like the pinnacle Rush album, depending on who you ask, they still hadn't found that balance yet. But, this shows that they were definitely on the way. And they were getting very, very close to striking that balance. Those are my thoughts. Those are my views. I'm not going to drag it out any longer than that. The reality is, check it out. It's a cool album. I highly recommend checking it out. This here is the original CD pressing version, so it's not remastered. It's not anything. I really would love to get my hands on a remastered version of this. Like like they started doing the 40th anniversary remasters of albums, and for some reason this one got left out of the 40th anniversary remasters. And it's a real shame. I know it doesn't have the love that 2112 does, which was the first one to get the 40th anniversary remaster. But I really wish they would have done it for this one, because it really is one of those albums that deserves it. So maybe they'll get a 50th anniversary remaster instead. And the bright side is, if they do a 50th anniversary remaster, I only gotta wait 3 more years for it. Alright, folks. My thoughts, my views, comment section. That's what your thoughts and views are for. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Those are both important to me, especially that subscribe button. That one really is important. I need to get that subscribership up so I can do more stuff with my channel. Other than that, there is a link below for Patreon. If you want to make contributions, you can do so there. Peace, love, take care.